Hey, LTC here, answering more of Robert's questions for the 2023 VC Lottery. I'm up to question number 9. Robert, I'm going to hurt you for this one. Who is, unequivocally, without a doubt, your all-time favorite artist? And why? What do you have by them? Show us what you have. Show us what you collect. Tell us about everything about it. People who watch my channel know I have what I call my triumvirate. There's 3 acts at the top. And I knew I would end up picking one of those 3, and I had to seriously sit down and think about it. And the one I picked, as much as I love Carpenters, their music and their sound is awesome, but because of Karen's passing in 1982, it's finite. There's that period of time where it's available, and then there's nothing new. Not that that bothers me, mind you, because I love it. The other 2, it was hard, but I ultimately picked the one that I think everybody knows I'm going to pick, because I am such a huge fan. I am their number 1 fan in the vinyl community for sure. I have had the wonderful opportunity to see them in concert 3 times. I have, not only do I have everything on CD, I have all of it, almost all of it, on digital, and a good number of them growing on vinyl. Even though I already have, as I said, I already have the CDs. I even have t-shirts. I'm a card-carrying member of the fan club and have been since 2003, I think. I have never got a meet and greet, though. And unfortunately, I have not been able to work it out, and I wish it wasn't in the middle of tornado season, but I have never been to their annual celebration every May in Tulsa. I will get there one of these days. And you guys know who I am talking about. I am not pulling everything I have, Robert. I'm sorry. I have a lot on CD, and I'm not using Magic Box, but I'm going to show you what I can get to, and I'm going to talk about everything else. I have a couple of shirts, but I can't find them. They're in the dirty clothes. I've worn them already. Taylor, Isaac, and Zach, collectively known as the Brothers Hanson, are incredible. People who watch my shows hopefully will figure this out. Chris Prophy figured it out. He won a bunch of Hanson stuff from me a couple years ago. He liked what he heard. He hasn't talked much about it, but, you know, I do know he told me he liked what he heard. They are so unfairly limited to one song, and as great as Mbop is, and by the way, it is back on the charts in a new version they recorded with the British band Buster called Mbop 2.0, which is phenomenally good. They deserve better. The Village Voice, before they went out of business back in 2009, named them the face of American indie rock. Now, this was 10 years after their last major hit, almost. Well, Penny and Me was a hit in 2002. So, 8 years at least after their last hit. And yet, radio, who doesn't play them, isn't necessary to play them. They sell out cruises. They sell out back to the island every year in Jamaica. They sell out concert tours around the world. They have thousands of fans that come to Hanson Day every May in Tulsa. And it's actually more than one day. It's usually a 4 or 5 day celebration. And Hanson Day was only one day back when it was first done, I think 97. They've done it every year since. I never got there because it's Oklahoma in tornado season, and we don't have a car, and so we would have to fly, which sucks. I don't like flying, but I also want to make time that I can have a side trip from Tulsa to Pawhuska to meet and see the Pioneer Woman, Reed Drummond, who I love. But I digress. I have purchased a number of things, some of which are not here. Did I not pull everything? Excuse me. I did not pull everything. The cool thing about Hanson is you only hear half the music. Only half of their stuff comes out to everybody. The fan club members like moi, we get a lot of extra stuff. Now, of course, everybody's familiar with Middle of Nowhere, which is the album that had Bop, I Will Come to You, Where's the Love, and all their big hits off of it. Keep in mind, I was talking to my pal Jeff over at Calico Silver about lyrics the other day. He was talking about songs and lyrics and when does analysis become analysis. And I brought up the fact that, to me, not having lyrics, or people who just think they're just words, and there are quite a few people in the vinyl community, that makes me crazy. That's musical blasphemy to me. The lyrics are all a part of... God, that piece of hair is making me crazy. That's musical blasphemy to me. Taylor Hanson was 13 when he wrote the lyrics to Bop. That is one of the darkest songs with the peppiest beat you've ever seen. Because it says, cherish what you have because everything will be gone in the blink of an eye. In an Bop, you're gone. That's the whole point of that song. It's why it was nominated for Record of the Year at the Grammys. And ever since then, they can do no wrong with me. The second album, This Time Around, had This Time Around, and If Only, and a couple of other songs on the third album, Underneath, which came out after they split with the Polygram and formed their own labels, 3 Car Garage, or 3CG for short. Underneath had their final big hit for years called Penny and Me, which was actually, I think it hit the top 10 on Kiss FM up here. They play it all the time. Penny and Me is also one of the most popular songs in concert. Everybody's dancing. I mean, they can make the floor vibrate. They're bouncing so hard to that song. The Hanson Girls, as we call them, because they do have their guy fans, but they don't like to admit it. I don't think. I do. I'm very proud of it. So I have purchased some of it on the more recent stuff on CD. I have the Greatest Hits album, which I've shown before. I've showed all these before. This is String Theory from the last concert I went to. This is from 2018. This is Hanson telling both original and classic material, telling a story with a symphony orchestra, which is fabulous. Saw them in concert for this at the Orpheum Theater. It was marvelous. Shout It Out, which features Thinking About Something, which is a video that if you've never seen, it's available on MTV, on YouTube. It is inspired by the Blues Brothers and features Weird Al, one of their pals. It is hilarious and the song is great. And if you don't know Hanson, Shout It Out is a good album to start with because it's got a little bit of everything. It's got ballads. It's got Chicago-style music. It's got fun, bluesy stuff. It's got heartbreaking, gut-wrenching songs. It is a fabulous album. Perennial, this is actually now available to the general public. This came out in 2018, I believe, or 2017, 2019, 2020, somewhere in there. This is a collection of the stuff that was previously only available to the fan club. It is really great stuff. As you can see, a Hanson.net collection. This is some great stuff on it, and stuff I'd had for years, thanks to fan club releases. And you have to really be into them to know some of them. And some of their best songs have come out of the fandom, out of the fan club. Both of these albums are now available on vinyl. These are two of the CDs that were given to the fan club. And they've gone back and they've retitled them now. And those of you who don't know Hanson and aren't part of the fan club wouldn't be allowed to get this. Some of this is probably on Perennial. This is the 2000... I'm trying to see what the original date on this. No, they only have the vinyl date. I think this is the 2011 or 2012 fan club group in color. Judging from the look of the band. Someone That Wants to Love You. This is actually later. I think this is 2017, actually. Somebody That Wants to Love You. Ghost Rider, Reach Out for My Hand. I Don't Want to Go Home and I Lift You Up. Some really great stuff. This is one of the older ones. This is out, I think this is 2004. And also just now out on vinyl. Never Let Go. It was originally whatever the Hanson.net 2.0 fan club release. So Lovely, Call Me, Need You Now, and Never Let Go. These are also available. They're all colored vinyl of some sort. And these are available to fan club members on the fan club website. And so I've been getting them on vinyl. I have all the CDs, except the two earlier ones that I mentioned in the Grails video, because they're just too expensive, the first two demo albums. I also have Taylor's work with Tinted Windows, which was a terrific album that deserved better attention. And I also have... This is the newest album, Red, Green, Blue. This is... it was done in this cool box. And each album is primarily written and performed by one of the brothers. Taylor's one, Ike is one, and Zach is one. I featured Don't Let Me Down, one of Zach's songs, on TKR's Discover the Music a few months ago. Terrific, terrific album. Great music. They're still pumping it out. And you got to remember, when they started, they were 17, 14, and 11. They are now 43, 40, and 37. And still sounding as fantastic as ever. Let me put this away. Last year's album, Against the World, I did not grab. It's back here too. Fantastic album. Everything they do is fantastic. Do I have other stuff? Yes, I have t-shirts. I don't know if they have any pop figures. I've never looked, but if they did, I'd probably already have them. I have most of the stuff on CD. I have a ton of it on digital, because the fan club stuff is made, you get a download of them every year. Now they're doing it exclusively as a download, except they will be releasing vinyl of them later. I have books, I have DVDs. I have a ton of DVDs, because, again, fan club. I have the 5 of 5, which was a really terrific concert series they did in 2014, I believe, 2013 or 2014, where they did one of their albums in concert each night for 5 consecutive nights. They recorded it for the fandom, and that was Middle of Nowhere, This Time Around, Underneath, The Walk, and Anthem. No, Shout It Out. And those are phenomenally fun. They do live streams all the time. They have a podcast, which is great. They have live stream concerts. I don't usually get a lot of those, because unfortunately they do charge for those, and I just have a policy. I do not pay for concerts I cannot download and keep, and I can't. Those are streaming only. So I don't see a lot of those, but I do see the free ones quite generally. And there's so much more to Hanson than the vinyl community realizes. I mean, Kim, the very first time we saw them in concert, they were at the House of Blues. They were promoting The Walk. It was 2009, I believe, and we were waiting to get in, and there was a game across the street at Fenway Park, and there was a game, and people would come up to us and say, "Hey, what are you in line for?" And I would say, "Hanson." And they'd inevitably, "Oh, Bop!" Everybody. Kim was like, I had to hold her back. She was ready to pound them. She did not know them as well as I did until we saw them in concert. And she's been a fan ever since. She would, just a little bit sniffy. "Oh, it's Hanson." I like, she likes certain songs, but she wasn't terribly impressed until we saw them live. And let me tell you something. Each of these guys have their own unique style that is amazing. Taylor handles most of the vocals on about 90% of the stuff. And you saw some of my comments on it. I put my 40 best Hanson that I put together in 2018 up as a Rank This special last week. Taylor has a way of doing everything, but he's exceptionally good at these really soft songs. I mean, not to mean that he doesn't rock out. This time around, Great Divide, Thinking About Something, Get the Girl Back. Oh my God, great stuff. There's this song called Me, Myself, and I think it was number 20 on my Hanson list. Strictly piano through most of the recording. And I am bawling by the time I'm done with it. I really am. There was another song released. I think it came out as part of the Take the Walk CD that came with the Take the Walk book, which was about their campaign to provide footwear to African children that didn't have them. There's a song called Lay Me Down that I know if we ever saw them do it in concert, we would not survive the rest of the concert. It is the song sung by a father at his child's funeral. Ike is the lead singer. It is an amazing song and will just rip your soul right out of you. Ike also is amazing at the rock stuff. I mentioned Hand in Hand in that video also. Hand in Hand, I like it on the album. It's on this time around. I like it on the album. Watching him perform it live is incredible. I have 2 different versions on DVD that he does on live, and I've seen him perform it live in concert at that first show. And he is just electric when he does that song. Zach is the playful one. Zach does a lot of silly stuff for the website. He has done every year for a while. They don't do it anymore, but every year for a while they would put some really goofy piece of work up on April Fool's Day. All This Love crap came out one year. Another one was Marshmallow Lovers. Zach was 100% behind those, and the songs were great. Zach got the chance to sing lead for the first time on a single with the release of The Walk. Go, the first single, was him, and it's terrific. But the title track from The Walk, which was their second self-released album, released in 2007, it's basically about life, living life, getting through life. And it uses the metaphor of someone walking the tightrope. Love that song anyway, and I'd seen him perform it on the Acoustic Underneath DVD show, but hearing him on stage alone with just the piano, and Zach does play piano, he's not just the drummer, singing that song live at House of Blues, it just blew my mind. The man is an incredible vocalist. They all are, and together they make a hell of a team. I wish they'd thought about doing the solo stuff before. I love the solo idea, and I thought that that would be fun. I thought, like a Kiss type solo album. That's kind of what RGB is. They're back in the studio working on new stuff. They just released the new this year's fan club album at Hanson Day. It comes out every year on Hanson Day, and it's great. The new album I can't wait to hear. I continue to watch the website so I can pick up the rest of these as they come out. These fan club onlys on vinyl. Hanson are my boys. And as much as I love Karen Carpenter, as much as I love Def Leppard, they are both slightly below. Def Leppard is still performing, and like I said, the Carpenters are finite, but I love what they do. Hanson, they are style, they are a genre all their own. Rock, soul, R&B, classic stuff, funk, even rap in a couple of places. They do it all. There is a reason why they earned that title, the face of American indie rock, in 2009 from the Village Voice. I've had people tell me, after talking about Hanson on my Mount Rushmore, because I would put Taylor there, that they were interested in checking it out. And I hope they do, and I hope you do too. Most of their stuff is available on all the streaming services. You can get it on iTunes, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Spotify, you can get it on Tidal, you can get it on a couple of the higher end ones. But again, you're only getting the public stuff. You have to join the fan club to get the really juicy stuff. And some of the great stuff out of the fan club. One of the things that came out of the fan club a few years ago was an album of covers. And Taylor and Ike covering Ed Sheeran's Thinking of You. Is that the name of it? Oh my God. We need to get Taylor and Ed together. We really do. They're fantastic. Thinking Out Loud, that's the name of it. I forget of it. There's a problem. I can remember lyrics. The titles sometimes elude me. So, who is my all-time favorite musical act? I think I've spent the last 22 minutes explaining that. I can never have enough of these guys. And the scary thing about them, they are the middle three of 9 kids. There are 3 older kids. There are 3 younger kids, one of whom, their youngest brother, also has his own band, whose name slips my mind at the moment, but it's... they're a lot like Top Loader. Top Loader would be a good way to do them, to compare his band to. And between the 3 of them, Taylor, Ike, and Zach, they have 12 kids. So how many more Hanson-related acts are going to be coming along for the next generation to hear? It blows my mind that Taylor's daughter, Penelope, is pushing very close to her 21st birthday. That blows my mind, man. And you can regularly see Zach and his son on their gaming channel on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called. I haven't been over there for a while, but they're hilarious to watch it. Zach and Shepard play, and it is, I mean, it's something. All right, enough about it. I've now pushed almost 25 minutes. This is my number 9 question, Robert, my all-time favorite act, Hanson. Anytime that anybody wants to find out more, you can email me. I will tell you whatever you need to know. I will point you in the direction of wherever you need to get to, because I love these guys that much. They are a big part of my life. I didn't discover them until I was 34 years old when they first hit. But they are the closest thing to a musical obsession I have ever had, and I always will. Question 10 to come, Robert. I will see you soon. I'm TC. Ciao, baby.